am sick and tired of good characters being ruined, good franchises being thrown off a cliff to their deaths, and I'm honestly really worried about Halo's future. Now, I'm someone who has loved Halo for as long as I can remember. I have beaten every game solo and co-op. In Combat Evolved Anniversary, I got basically every achievement there was, no freaking shot, and I've been very hopeful when it comes to Halo Infinite and now the Halo TV show. I had my worries and my reservations, but I definitely do with every new series and every new game coming out. After a situation like Anthem and Cyberpunk, where we get very excited for a game and they turn out to be flops, I think that it's safe to say all of us are a little bit worried with new projects. But this news that I'm going to be talking about today makes me even more worried about Halo and what it might turn into. Another franchise used to push political narratives that end up in a trash can. So this is a Bounding Into Comics article. Upcoming Halo TV show may be politics heavy and won't please everyone, says producer. So recently, IGN held an interview between Deborah Snyder and Kiki Wolfkill, where Wolfkill shed some light on the new Halo TV series. Wolfkill is 343 Industries' director of Halo Transmedia, as well as a producer on the upcoming Paramount Plus show, set to debut in 2022. The initial news of the TV show was actually pretty positive for everyone. Everyone was very excited for it. We all had a lot of hope for it, and there really wasn't a lot of negativity surrounding it, so everyone is really looking forward to this series. In the IGN interview, Wolfkill points out that there are differences in the game and the television show, as in the Halo games, the adventure was played out solely through the lens of Master Chief, whereas with the TV show, 343 Industries feels that there is more of an opportunity to widen the franchise and look more at other characters and plot points. Even though I'm all for new innovative ideas in shows, and I do understand that TV shows are going to stray from maybe video games a little bit, I don't want them to stray that much from the source material. If they're working with this specific franchise, these specific characters, just use the main character, Master Chief. That's all what we're there for. That is the exciting part of seeing the show, is seeing one of our favorite characters be able to experience new things, go through new situations, overcome new hurdles. So it says, however, Wolf also acknowledged that the steps that Microsoft is taking with the Halo TV show may not please everyone. So the article continues on to say this type of statement can definitely be alarming in today's climate, as fans of huge science fiction franchises like Star Wars and Star Trek have seen their beloved IPs transformed into nothing more than woke propaganda vehicles with barely a shred of the franchise's original spirit. And I also want to read the next bit of information that we learned from her next statement, and then I'm going to kind of give all of my thoughts at once because they definitely tie into each other. It says, Wolfkill said that the Halo show is aiming to be similar to Game of Thrones. She said, a lot of the background of Halo is this sort of political drama. I disagree. It definitely had political backdrops, but it wasn't a political drama. It's something that is touched on really lightly in the games, and you see more of it in some of the other mediums. Some of that Game of Thrones style complexity is interesting. Game of Thrones, for the most part, is all a political drama, except for the couple of fight scenes you actually see, so I really dislike this statement. And Bounding Into Comics article actually points out there's two ways that her statements could be taken. If the Halo TV series is heavily involved in the fictional politics of its own world, it could work. I agree with this. Fans need to look no further than The Expanse to see politics in a fictional setting done in such a way that it adds a compelling layer to the story. However, if this statement is to be taken in the literal sense, it could mean that the Halo TV show will be heavy on current real-world political themes, which is an instant turnoff. Now, when you look at the comments separately, it's really not that worrying, but when you look at them together side by side, this is a very worrying situation. You have the producer of this show literally saying this isn't going to please everyone, and then you've also got her talking about politics. It is really worrying to hear that they're initially saying this series won't please everyone, because we know with Hollywood that means they're referring to the fact that they're going to be pushing a specific type of woke agenda that surrounds identity politics and only left leaning political agendas. And if that's not true, they need to come out and they need to tell us as soon as possible so we don't get worried about it. But again, by saying it won't please everyone, it means they're only telling one side of a political story. And if you're creating entertainment, why wouldn't you just create something entertaining that would have a broader appeal? And when you're creating something that's science fiction, especially a science fiction show based on a widely popular video game that never leaned left or right in its own politics, why wouldn't you just do that now? Why wouldn't you want that show to reach as many people as possible? This isn't a drama. This is a series about super soldiers kicking ass and cute artificial intelligence companions, not politics. I think that it's pretty interesting here that she's clearly trying to defend what they're doing in Halo by saying a lot of the background of Halo is this sort of political drama. It is pretty damn clear that they are making this into a political drama just by the wording where she's trying to say, well, a lot of it already is a political drama. No, it's not. Halo is not a political drama. Now, there are a ton of people who don't even think that Halo Infinite is going to release this year, even though it was delayed by a full year, just because the project has definitely gone into development hell. They've lost 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 directors for this game. The gameplay we saw last year looked terrible, and apparently they've had to scale down the size of the game because they just got way too ambitious with it. I wanted to reference a Screen Rant article quickly. Bad news for Halo Infinite as another director leaves the delayed project. Even more bad news for Halo Infinite hits, as it's been reported the game's director, Chris Lee, has officially departed the project. Lee remains a Microsoft and 343 Industries employee, but his departure is the latest blow to a project already marred by a high-profile delay. Despite fan enthusiasm for the latest entry into the popular series, the project was hit with a multitude of problems almost from day one. Technical issues meant an entirely new game engine had to be built in order to cope. Early fan response to gameplay was largely negative, especially surrounding the graphics and gameplay. Massive outsourcing led to rumors of creative differences splintering the production team, and of course, COVID had hit when they were producing this game. And it continues on to say Tim Longo, the original creative director at 343, the studio producing Halo Infinite, left the project and the studio unexpectedly in August 2019, a departure that remained largely unexplained but cast deep doubts on the game's progress. Mary Olson, who took over as the lead producer of Halo Infinite upon Longo's departure, left the studio shortly thereafter as well. And then Chris Lee, a partner head at 343 who has been with the studio since 2008, has been working as the project director until this so far unexplained exit, which suspiciously comes just 2 months after the game's delay into 2021, pushing it out of the Xbox Series X and X launch window. Yeah, there is definitely a lot of worry when it comes to Halo Infinite and also the TV series now. I think that if this TV series releases and it's not good, and Halo Infinite releases and it's not good, Halo's going to be in a disastrous state. Unfortunately, the game has been marred with issues, as it says. We've lost director after director, project lead after project lead, and I don't think that Halo Infinite's in a very good spot right now, at least from the rumors that we've heard. I want it to come out, and I want it to be good, and I also want this TV show to come out, and I want it to be good. I really, really want to just be able to enjoy entertainment, whether it's games or movies or TV shows, but unfortunately, all of this news together really doesn't look like Halo's going to have a good future. But let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.